Most of us want to believe that if we shout the truth loud enough, someone will listen. But what happens when things you shout make the world want to silence you? On a cold November night in 2001, in the high desert town of Eagar, Arizona, silence was broken by gunfire. The man inside the house on North Clearview Circle wasn't just anybody. He was a former Naval Intelligence officer. He was the author of arguably the most influential conspiracy book of all time, Behold the Pale Horse. And he had told his listeners time and time again that they were going to come for him, that he would not be taken alive. This is the story of William Milton Cooper. And this is the Magical Journey podcast. Welcome back, everybody. I am Daniel Ian Cahoon. Today, we're heading out west, far from the cryptids and far from Appalachia to Apache County, Arizona. Now, if you're into high strangeness or government cover-ups, you know the name Bill Cooper. He's the guy who pretty much blended UFO lore and the New World Order. Before the internet was really a thing, Bill was the voice of the darkness. He broadcasted the hour of the time on shortwave radio. But by 2001, Bill Cooper wasn't just a voice, he was a fugitive. See, Bill had stopped paying his taxes years prior. He called the IRS a criminal organization. By 1998, there was a warrant for his arrest. By 2000, U.S. Marshal had named him a major fugitive. But they didn't go after to get him. Why? Because Bill had made a promise. I will not be taken alive. He sat in his home on the hilltop in Eagar, armed and waiting. And on November the 5th, 2001, the waiting ended. It wasn't the feds who came that night. It was the Apache County Sheriff's Department. The official story is that it wasn't about his book. It wasn't about aliens or the Illuminati. It was about a dispute with a neighbor. Allegedly, Bill had flashed a handgun and threatened some locals. That gave the sheriff the probable cause they needed. Plainclothes deputies positioned themselves around the house. They used a ruse to draw him out. Something about a truck playing loud music nearby. Bill Cooper came out and investigated, but he didn't come out empty-handed. According to police, Bill realized something was wrong. He turned to head back into the house. Deputies identified themselves. Bill ran. And then chaos. Shots were fired. A deputy was hit in the head. He survived miraculously. But Bill Cooper, he took a shot to the chest. The man who claimed to know the secrets of Majestic 12, the man who predicted 9/11 months before it happened, bled out on his own doorstep at 96th North Clearview Circle. Here's where the high strangeness comes in. To the mainstream media, this was just a sad end to a paranoid man. A shootout nigger. But to his followers, this was a martyrdom. Think about the timing. November 2001, the world was still in shock from 9/11. The Patriot Act was being pushed through. The exact kind of surveillance state that Cooper has spent his life warning us about was suddenly becoming real. And right in the middle of that, the loudest voice against it was silenced. It was just a local dispute gone wrong. Or was the neighbor dispute just a convenient excuse to finally take out a problem? Now, I looked into the reports. Cooper was definitely volatile. He was aggressive. He wasn't a saint. But you have to ask yourself, if they really wanted to come arrest him peacefully, why do it at night? Why use plainclothes officers? Why use deception on a man you know is paranoid and expect an assassination attempt? It almost feels like the outcome was scripted. William Cooper is buried in this Springerfield Cemetery, not far from where he died. His book, Behold a Pale Horse, is still a bestseller in certain circles. Whether you think he was a prophet or just a troubled man, one thing is true. He predicted his end. He said they would come kill him on his doorstep. And in Eagar, Arizona, that's exactly what happened. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Keep your eyes open, stay safe, and remember, may your journey always be magical. I'm Daniel Ian Cahoon. See you next time.
I've waited for so long to see when you come back to me. Through the wars and battles that were lost, we're born again, it's you and me. The rest is history. Past lives. Past lives. Did we dance together on different floors in 1500 or 1504? We must have been lovers, we must have been something in our past lives.